Yo, you tuned into another episode of Not the Average Local Rapper, hosted by yours truly, East Shore Ridge. Shit, it's been a few weeks since I've done an episode. I think it's been like 3 weeks. There's a reason for it, and that's kind of, what I'm going to get into with this episode, kind of my reasoning for it, and just kind of what a lot of people in life go through, not just artists, but I guess, what I'll be talking about is more relevant to, artists, but that's stability, stability is something that's real important in life, and it's something that's real important as an artist more specifically. And, as an artist it's like different type of stability that's important to have, to be able to put your all into your music and moving forward as an artist. It's like overall life stability, mental stability, financial stability, and then just, having stability in your craft. So I'll just talk about, what each of those things mean to me. And, I'm going to get a little personal with some of the things I say. So maybe the listeners can, might be able to relate to a situation that I speak on. We all tend to go through similar experiences in life and shit. So as far as life stability, I think, like I said, that's just something that kind of just, pertains to us as humans in general. It's just important, to maintain your livelihood and what I would say have your feet on solid ground, just making sure, your everyday life is going the way that it needs to. Like, you got roof over your head, food to eat, bills is paid, shit like that. I mean, it's kind of hard to really focus on anything past that if you ain't even really got that in line. Like, I mean, you gotta be able to, be able to take care of the day to day shit if you want to really be able to lock in on something past that. And I think that's just kind of the gist of that, man. I don't even know if there's really much more explanation to that, man. I think, it's just important to, to just have your life stable in general, you know what I mean, before you go pursue something like music in a serious manner, because I mean, a lot of artists, probably do tend to make that mistake. They try to do artist shit before they really got they actual real life taken care of, and that's just something you can't do because it's kind of like working out of order. So I mean, you gotta have your life stable, and then I guess what pretty much goes hand in hand with having your life stable, just having like your mental stable, like maintaining your mental health and not being stressed out. Like day to day life can cause those type of things. I'm pretty sure the majority of the world deals with some type of mental health issues, and but a lot of people, ain't coping with them, and don't know how to cope with them, and may even be trying to, but still can't figure it out. And it's like when you dealing with mental health shit, and this is coming from experience. The more things that you add to your plate while you're dealing with the mental health, what I mean, it's not gonna make it any better. Like sometimes we try to figure things out when really our brain is shutting down on us. Our bodies, maybe not so much our bodies, but like like the yeah, I mean, because sometimes your body can shut down on you, and you just completely drained and exhausted, and you just can't. You just feel like you can't move forward, and when you try, the outcome, it's not going to be beneficial towards what you're trying to accomplish. So you got to recognize these signs. When you're dealing with trying to keep your mental stable. You can't overwork yourself, or like I said, like try to add too much and exhaust yourself. That's something that I'm definitely guilty of, man. I'll be dealing with whatever I got going on outside of music, and I'll be trying to use music as a way to deal with all of that. When really, I'll really just be adding more pressure to myself. And sometimes, you just gotta take a breather, like. And I'm a I'm a hardworking motherfucker when it comes to the music shit. I mean, I'm a hardworking motherfucker in general, but when it comes to the music shit, man, like I tend to just lock into the point where I can't stop, even though I know sometimes I need to stop because I need to take care of my mental first. And just another thing that can add to like, the mental health, or maybe not the mental health, but just like the the music part of like what you deal with mentally. The people that you work with, man, just having healthy relationships with the people that you're dealing with on the music shit, man. That's always important as well. When you try to work with people that ain't really easy to work with or really compatible for you, it can it can add strain to what you got going on, and you better off without that. Like if it ain't adding something beneficial to the cause, then it really ain't no need for it. So I think just all of them things kind of you know coincide with mental stability. Just trying to keep your mind in the right places, and just keeping your mind in a good positive direction. When you're approaching your music, because where pain does make good music, and the things that you go through, like the trials and tribulations and the triumphs of life, that does make good music, but you still got to be in the right space to be able to work on that shit. Um, I think writing it can be done, probably at any time. It's probably best to write that shit when you actually going through it because you feel it the most. So I think writing is a good way to deal with the mental stability. Like, that's kind of my go to. When I got something heavy on my mind, whether it be good or bad. I like to write about that shit, man, because I know at some point there's gonna be other people out there that deal with the same shit or something similar. So, um, so you got the life stability and the mental stability, and what else is important with music is the financial stability, man. Man, yeah, that's the one that a lot of artists want to be in denial about. And like we think, as artists, just because we talented, people should work with us and give us a chance, and it shouldn't come at a huge cost. But the fact is, man, it's like anything got a price tag on this shit. When it comes to this, music is a business. It's just like any other form of entertainment, whether it be sports or movies or television or pornography, whatever. It's all business. Like, so it's about the money that's being generated, and that's not. There ain't no way around that shit. Like things cost money. Just even getting known. Unless you just happen to do some shit that's just organic. It didn't cost you nothing. It just happens to go viral. Like, there's plenty of them situations out there, but not everybody's gonna be meant to have a viral moment. So it's like, there's gonna be a lot of artists that's gonna have to, put their financial muscle behind that shit, and that all goes back to like the life stability. It's like, you gotta be financially stable in your life first, and before you can make yourself financially stable with the music, and then once you got a little bread to put into the music or whatever, however much bread, whether it be a little, a lot, enough. You know what I mean? You have to make a plan on where to allocate that money to. You know, like I said, everything pretty much got a price tag on it, so it's like you just have to determine, what you need to put into what, like, and that's a big part of, keeping shit stable. I try to, gauge everything, before I actually spend the bread because it's like the more predictability you can get out of that shit, the better off you'll be. Granted, there's been times, where I've made investments for my music that weren't good investments, but not to my fault, just that, I didn't understand, how things work, when it came to them type of investments at the time. And, it's all about trial and error, like that's how you get better at doing things. So, that was some, some years ago. So it's like, you live and you learn, and, you learn to make better decisions and shit. And, so the financial stability is a big aspect of a music career. I can't say whether it's more important than the others, but I would probably say it's just as equally important, or equally just as important. Yeah, however that's worded, but yeah, and another part of that, it's not just about having the money. It's you want to have a a plan or already have a way of generating money, from your music career. It's gonna have to be a lot of investments made, but you want some of these investments, eventually all these investments, to have a return to 'em. Um, we all know as artists that the streams don't really pay shit like that. That whatever amount of streams you get, it's not going to pay enough. Like whatever level you on. So it's just important to try to find other ways to generate the income from your music career to kind of try to reimburse what you spend on it. And that's all subject to what the individual wants to do. A lot of artists, they get into merch. They try to monetize off of their content outside of streaming. You know what I mean? The YouTube monetization route, and other streaming shit that I probably don't even really know about because I'm still trying to get hip to a lot of this shit that's going on. But yeah, it's like you want to try to generate some of that money back that you spend investing into your music career. And then the last one was really just having stability in your craft. Like maintaining the consistency with the audience that you have. Making sure you're doing enough to keep them around. Reminding them why they started fucking with you in the first place. You know what I mean? Which, like that's not as easy as it sounds, like I said this in previous episodes, attention spans are shorter now. So it's important to remain consistent as a artist, feeding your audience and making sure, you're giving them enough to stay tuned in. So consistently releasing the music and the content. Even, like, trying to do interviews and podcasts and just any type of shit that you could do to just keep yourself relevant, keep yourself being watched, keep yourself being listened to, shit like that. And just continuing to build on to the audience that you already have. Like it's like, yeah, we like to depend on word of mouth, and um, a lot of people go the spam route, which I ain't really too particularly fond of, but to each their own. But whatever method you use, just trying to continue to build on to the audience, is important, as well as maintaining the audience that you already have. So just maintaining that stability in your craft, and making sure that you I mean, if you're not progressing, you want to at least like not be going backwards either. You know what I mean? You want to maintain a straight path. Eventually be going up whenever it's permitted for you to get there. Which you determine that. It's a lot of small things that I do that they give me small growth. You know what I mean? And I just continue to think of more things, and the more things I think of, it's like that growth is just gonna get bigger and bigger. So I mean, it's like it's one of them things. It's cliche, but you really do get out of it what you put into it. So all in all, it's just about just maintaining that stability, being consistent. And that work ethic, man. That I think that's what we all just gotta remember, in life and as artists. Maintaining stability is very important. Because stability is balance. You know what I mean? And without balance, shit can be off track. Shit can collapse. So on and so forth. But that's where I'm gonna end it at, man. To all my artists out there, just do what you got to do. You know what I mean? To be able to build and progress your craft. And with that being said, it's been another episode of Not the Average Local Rapper, hosted by yours truly, Eshore Ridge. I appreciate you listening. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, and the gap won't be as long next time.